Establishing common defense priorities in Europe and finding the money for them is one of the top items on the agenda at the meeting. While many countries have reiterated the need to increase defense spending, the bloc is hoping it won't have to be as high as what US President Donald Trump is demanding, 5% of their national GDPs. European countries believe that they can cut costs dramatically by producing what they need for their collective defense themselves.
We need to consolidate our defense industry and develop common weapon systems. Our European defense industry could then use the same military systems and help member states' militaries become more interoperable.
Many EU countries currently see defense from their own national perspective and spend taxpayers' money on developing their own weapon systems. In the face of a common threat from Russia, experts say that approach is costly and ineffective.
One inefficiency is that Europeans use a lot of different tank systems, and therefore the unit cost of each purchase is higher than it would be if the number of systems were lower.
Instead of doubling up, experts say Europeans should act in concert and bank on each other's capabilities. And that's where the UK, a defense powerhouse, comes in.
The UK is not a member of the EU, but it is one of the two nuclear-armed states in Western Europe. It has trained tens of thousands of Ukrainian soldiers for the battlefield. It has also provided the war-torn country with long-range missiles, which have proven to be critical against Russia. The UK also leads a 10-nation joint expeditionary force that Ukraine is very keen to join and that has already been deployed to the Baltic Sea to deter Russia's hybrid attacks. Experts say a third country pact on defence with the UK could be useful.
London has recently inked bilateral deals with Berlin and Paris and is now eyeing a defence pact with the EU. But that is currently blocked by the French over fishing rights. British experts say the UK cannot help much without access to EU money.
And with the UK being outside of the EU at the moment, what that means is that when the EU comes up with ways to finance increased defense spending or increased defense initiatives, the UK is left out cold. And that's good for nobody, because the UK won't have access to these EU monies, and the EU won't have access to the UK's defense industrial base.
EU officials say coordinating Europe's defense industries could be a win-win and would also create employment opportunities. The biggest challenge for the European partners will be a familiar one: building consensus.